everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shoe Podcast, the only secret podcast where one of the co-hosts has some explaining to do. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
What's going on over there? You feeling all right?
It's the spicy dill, man. It gets you right in the back of the throat.
Is it good enough for you to hold up the bag and give them the free plug on screen?
Absolutely.
I'm just curious the brand now.
Goldfish, it's a snack that smiles back.
I would have never guessed it was Goldfish. I thought it was like a potato chip or something.
Snack that smiles back.
Wow. The snack that bites back, it sounds like.
Oh, hey.
Quick bar. We are back tonight with depending on when you're listening to it, we are back right now with a little surprise midweek episode. We did not have this planned, but there are some big Nike shock drops happening this week that we wanted to talk about before the week gets too far along here. So fret not, we will be back on Friday once again with your regularly scheduled programming. This is bonus. This is, as we say in Louisiana, this is a lagniappe episode. You're just getting a little bit of extra something right now here.
I like that. In my head, I heard boneless. And I was like, okay.
It's a little boneless episode.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Not your traditional episode.
Goes down easy.
Boneless. There you go.
Smooth.
Probably too much sauce, but,
not too messy.
Oh, with a fork.
With a fork. And hopefully not too long. Going to be a pretty quick experience because I think we got three big hits to talk about here. Nigel Sylvester, Travis Scott, A Ma Maniére. The fact that they're dropping all three within 1 week after the track record they've had, February, the band Jordan 1, March, we had like Galaxy Foams, whatever, foot on the gas over at Nike and Jordan Brand. So we got some more big releases to talk about tonight.
Bring them.
Shall we waste some time? You want to go ahead and get into it here?
Let's do it.
All right.
I know the people are ready.
And they ought to be. First one we're going to talk about here is the Nigel Sylvester and Jordan 4 RM Grandma's Garage Door. Okay, so this is following on the hype behind, there was Grandma's driveway. No, there was the fence, and then there was the driveway. Yeah. Now there is the garage door. So we're continuing this kind of theme of like being outside of Grandma's house in the driveway, cannot get into the house. It is cool that they went brown on this one. He hasn't done a brown one yet, but they swapped out a lot of the panels for like a garage door pattern print on there. And even true to like, the bricks had the brick texture and like the Grandma's driveway, the box had the pebble texture. These I think will have a slight layer of like mildew and pollen on them.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Attention to details.
So I like that because it's you can seasonally lock these because the spring cleaning hasn't happened. The power washer has not come out yet.
Right.
Now super great. Now I know these are like an early kind of like I guess promo look to them. Is it just a screen kind of like print to the shoe, or do you think we're going to get textures within the materials?
Would be hard to tell. From the early look, it does look like a screen print. I'm hoping they didn't cheap out on the materials on this one, but it would be really nice to see that texture finish come through on these. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm okay. All right. So like you said, I like that we're building a saga now with Nigel Sylvester and the, I guess, Grandma universe.
Right. The Grandma MCU, as it were. Yes.
Exactly. So I see these. I really like the brown. I just don't know. Again, it's that, it's the RM.
You kind of wish he had stuck to the 4. He just did the 4s with the brick. Why are we going back to the RM?
Why are we going back? But that's Nike. Can't really question them. Yeah. But the question I do have for you is, what would be your hopeful next ideation in the Nigel Sylvester Grandma's MCU.
house exterior? Yeah.
Or really, no, I'm just in general.
Well, I don't think we're going to get inside the house this year. Maybe 2026 release calendar, we could see our way into the house. Maybe if there's like a basketball hoop in the driveway, some gum on the sidewalk, something like anything that he saw outside while he was riding that bike, just why stop at he didn't stop at the fence. He didn't stop at the driveway. Yeah. Why stop at the garage door? I don't see a reason to.
Yeah. See, I think might be too close to the theme here, but I was just really thinking grandma's front door. Okay. I mean, obviously you're running up to the, to the front door. That's really what I was. I think when I heard, because early leaks of this shoe was just grandma's door. And I don't know. I just got really hopeful for a really cool, unique front door look. But.
Did you see the rollout they did for these, how they revealed them?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So you must have been busy this weekend. It was crazy. Over the weekend, the shoes were leaked when famed geoguesser Rainbolt identified Nigel's grandma's house live on stream. So he had the green fence, he had the driveway, and then from the garage door, he was able to put it all together. So it showed up on stream. He actually identified this is Nigel's grandma's house.
And obviously,
crazy rollout from Nike. They are not holding back.
I'm not saying you got to watch this man's lives, but you've seen the clips. All
I would not be surprised if this one was on TikTok right now. I would not be.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so that makes sense. Honestly, at this point now, I think I'm just scared for Nigel Sylvester's grandma. I mean,
well,
she's about to get swatted.
And I think she is as well. She was actually, they normally don't do this, but she released a quote around this one saying, "Please stop making shoes about my house." Which I thought was like a pretty bold thing to say, but I guess she's getting tired of the the house is nice enough. How about a shoe for me? It's my house. Yeah. Where's Nigel's grandma period shoe, No. Okay. Hang on. Where's Nigel's grandma non-possessive end of sentence shoe? Okay. All right. Chat. Listeners, I'm sorry about that. If you're not watching, you might have missed the subtext there. That was not the bit. No, she's not feeling the love. Why are we getting all these shoes about the outside of the house? Heck, it doesn't even have to be about her. Inside of the house. It was a lovely furnished house from what I've heard.
Nigel Sylvester, Jordan 4 RM, grandma's house shoe.
It's right there, people. I mean, it's low hanging fruit.
But I understand. Head in the clouds right now. I mean, obviously, Nigel is doing great stuff with Nike, super busy, obviously giving a ton of homage and love, to Grandma Sylvester. Mm-hmm. So I understand, when your head is in the clouds, it's hard to see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fog around you. So I just hope he comes down floating. You know what I mean? Gently, gracefully, and can really, And I really just hope the end of the universe is not the Thanos snap that we're expecting, and more of a gentle embrace of a grandmother.
Poetic. Beautiful. I think that's probably everything we can say about these shoes. Real quick before we move on from them. Are these a cop? Are you going to leave these behind? Are you closing the garage door on these?
I unfortunately, I mean, the power might as well be out. That door ain't even open. You know what I mean?
We know it's automatic, right? It's not one of the, I'm not doing the manual open and close the garage door there. No, it's gotta, they should throw the clicker in the box. Now that would be one pair.
But you should, the hang tag?
Well, no, it's one pair. No, it's an actual clicker that opens the garage door. That would be
Willy Wonka style.
Exactly, yeah. You can go over, no questions asked. Yeah. You go open the garage.
That's how she sells the house.
Right. Whoever finds Nigel Sylvester's grandma's garage door clicker in their pair gets the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you're just contractually obligated to buy it. You do have to buy it. It's kind of like a raffle system.
It's kind of like
for shoes now.
Yeah,
you won the raffle, sure, but you you're gonna.
Now it's time to pay up. Yeah, and the EQL fees on the house got to be insane. I'll tell you right now.
I do have bad news. The APR is it's tough in this market, but
it's a tough economy.
You get a house. Yeah, you also get a house. Yeah. You also get a house. So, what about you? I know you're. I feel like the brown is kind of calling you, but are you feeling this series right here?
I grew up a garage guy, but in my recent years, more of a carport guy. So I cannot see myself authentically resonating with these. These are not speaking to me on that level. In a past life, sure, I could have been a garage guy, but right now I'm a carport cowboy. So I don't see these for me.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Carport cowboy.
Dude. ChatGPT is going to get some prompts tonight.
I want to know the image that goes with it. Cause I just want to know the graphic that goes with it. Listeners, if you mock that up, go ahead and DM it to us, Carport Cowboy.
Appreciate that.
That made it sound like I was going to be like cardboardcowboy@gmail.com. No, just DM it to us. But
I'm about to change my Instagram name for sure.
As soon as we wrap, before we publish this, I'm going to grab cardboardcowboy.com before anyone else beats me to the punch here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So that's the first one in a series of 3. We got some big hits coming out Not just bad. This week. Moving on, though, everyone's favorite collaborator. This is the Travis Scott and Jordan 1 Low Mount of Olives, which I thought was kind of a niche reference to, like, I guess we're doing a biblical thing now, but I guess following on the success of the Olive Jordan 1 and then the medium Olive Jordan 1, Travis Scott is sticking to the green palette for his next release with the Mount of Olives Jordan 1 Low. Now, this one, not as much storytelling in the shoe itself as the Grandma's Garage Door, but this is a pretty safe and sure colorway, color blocking for Travis Scott, you know?
I mean, absolutely. To be fair, I mean, not to critique, but I mean, like, when's the last time we've gotten a good storytelling, you know?
A Mount of Olive story? It feels like it's been 2025 years if I had to guess. It's been a while. Well, 2000 give or take, yeah.
Give or take, sure. Yeah. We can't pinpoint, you know, an exact time.
Right,
but, you know, we got a pretty good one.
It's been a while since we've told a Mount of Olive story. I'll put it that way.
Fair. Yeah. You know what I mean?
On a sneaker, never.
True. Okay. Fair point there. Yeah. I mean, it's Travis Scott. You know what I mean? This is that. I mean, honestly, you put a Papa Brown on there and you've hit literally the trifecta of Travis Scott colorways. Right. These are going to sell.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, just.
And I think the release of these is kind of where the story of the name comes in. So I don't know. These kind of stretch our title a little bit. Our title was a little bit clickbaity. These are not releasing this week. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Mount of Olives. I'm reading the notes here. Sorry, we kind of just threw this together. These are actually releasing on Good Friday, and they're expected to be sold out on Good Friday. But don't rush to pay resale. There's a rumored re-release just 2 days later on Easter Sunday. So I guess the Mount of Olives theme is more storytelling about the release. And we've said a lot of times on this show, the release is part of the experience. It's part of the story.
You're not wrong. Now, here's the thing. Are the employees of the sneaker boutiques, like, are they gonna be like, no, trust me, there's no more. Like, there cannot be anymore. But then, like, really, I mean, like I guess if we're hopefully,
and then Saturday's going to be pretty chill, right? Saturday's going to be pretty quiet, not too much activity. I guess that shoe's gone.
I mean, I guess so. Probably, I think the haters are probably going to be pretty excited. You know what I mean? But
the people who wanted to see this shoe suffer will be pumped on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be all cheers. I think there's going to be a lot of tears, you know, from that.
Come Sunday.
Yep. That's going to be, yeah. But then there you go. Come Sunday though. You kind of get a 180.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is, I think, what's going to, I'll be honest. I think the Travis Scott line kind of needs something like that at this moment.
Something to reinvigorate, to rejuvenate the energy. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think since 2020, I think we've relied so much on just kind of the same old, just the thing that, like, we've just been complacent and just, like, you know, so many here, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's just so many. And then, and it's just like, there's one.
And the only one,
you know, and it's just, you know, like I said, I just think the brand needs something like this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm really excited to see it. Now, here's the wow. I mean, really rolling that vault door to the side to get these going. And I just
literally. Yeah. The rock from the tomb here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think part of what's going to drive, you know, you slap the Travis Scott name on it. That already kind of guarantees a sellout here. But the retail
people
price,
know it.
Right. The retail price on these, though, I think is just going to add fuel to the fire here. These are expected to be sold out for just about 30 pieces of silver, which is like about $32.70 in today's dollars for the retail price. I have no idea why they're pricing it so low. You know, 30 pieces of silver for this one shoe. You would think surely worth some more, but I guess in the times we're in, that's relatively a fair amount for what you're getting here. But again, you've already got the one here. This is the one. I mean, it's the one low, but it's the one. I don't think you need to just keep poking at it here. Just, it's going to sell out it's going to sell out on Good Friday, but do not rush to pay resale. It should be re-releasing 2 days later on Easter Sunday. That's what I have in the notes here.
I mean, but is the Sunday re-release confirmed? I mean, I hear that's just hearsay.
No.
I just hear that's hearsay.
It's all been hearsay, but I have it on good authority. That
history repeating itself.
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag here. I don't want to let the savior out of the tomb here, but I believe it's going to come back on the Sunday.
I mean, hey, make a believer out of me. Let's see, man.
Let's just see what happens. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next shoe here. I know this is a midweek episode. People aren't expecting the full thing anyway, so let's not hold anyone else up. The last one on our list here that we're going to be talking about is, again, that A Ma Maniere. This is the two lefts don't make a right A Ma Maniere Jordan 3. So this is in that classic color palette that they've been operating in, right? The white, the mauve, the mauve, whatever you call it, that shade of like reddish purplish. But what's interesting is that, they always have a message with their shoes. It's the premium luxury, but then they also have like a good message behind it. And so with this one, with the two lefts don't make a right campaign, it's two left shoes in the box because two left shoes do not make a right.
Don't make a right.
Wow. So,
I mean, commitment.
I think James Whitner went on the record saying, in a world where things often don't feel right, we wanted to make a shoe to remind us that we're all we have left. Powerful stuff. Always a message behind what they're doing.
Wow.
These are exciting. These are going to be tough to get. I'm assuming right footers might want to sit this one out. I don't know what the size run is looking like here.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I think just a really good example that not everything is made for you.
Right. Well, sorry, left.
And sometimes, thank you. And sometimes you just need to just sit back and appreciate. Now, here's what I really love. Obviously, we got a big
look at the hidden details under the tongue tag. All we have left. They always sneak in the little details like that. All we have left. That's clever. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was, before that, I was gonna say how great. I mean, obviously you're pumped. You got the Nike Air on the back.
On both.
Really love what they're doing. Where usually, right?
Left. Well, with left, usually left. But on this one, since they're both left, correct. Yeah. Let's try to refrain from saying right, since I don't want people to get confused and think this is a standard release. This is not your traditional release.
Yeah. I really, really appreciate the shoe. It's very clean. I mean, honestly, just a good looking shoe. Here's the thing. Call me cuckoo, but I'm going to put in some raffles for these.
You want to try and get these?
I think it is just a really good piece. I think it's a good shelf piece.
Yeah. One to rock, one to stock easily,
Easily.
You wouldn't burn through the pair all at once. You take your time.
I mean, when's the last time you've been able to buy one set of shoes with a rock and stock built in?
That's right.
Typically you're having to re-up, get a whole new pair. And honestly, with the line that A Ma Maniere is doing, I think this just encourages the mix match. Let's bring that style back.
It was an era. Yeah.
2016, 2017, that's really,
that's all we were doing.
And I really like that, and I think that's very, very bold. And again, I mean, even in the promo shots, the attention to detail to make sure that you have two left shoes
in the shots. Yeah. You didn't want a right one slipping in there. You would think,
because then
the retail on these might be a little bit lower since they just had to make, the one side of the factory only had to work on, like the commercials for the Twix factory. I think Jordan is set up the same way where they have two different factories. I would assume, you're only working one factory, but you're running it twice as much. So no, maybe not. They have to double their output where they would normally just be made. Well, I don't know how many they made. And that's another thing, right? With how many they made, if this is going to be a hard to get release, I don't know if you've ever done this, and I have in the past, where like if there's a shoe you really want to get, but like either it's hard to get your size or like it's just cheaper or easier to go half size down, you'll squeeze your foot in there. You'll make a half size down work. I've done it a lot. I'm not doing it anymore in my life.
For sure.
With these, if you couldn't get what you wanted, would you try and squeeze right foot into the left foot shoe?
Maybe.
I don't think you'll see many people doing it.
It'd be my first A Ma Maniére, for sure.
First time for everything.
Yeah. And I mean, in all honesty, I don't really, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, like how much curvature is there really in a shoe? It's got to be just a straight shot. You know what I mean?
That's a way to find out.
Yeah. And that's what I think, you know, again, the brand is encouraging you to step out of your box, to step out of your comfort zone.
Make a statement.
To
stand for something.
Yeah. And then to literally be like, hey, walk a mile in these shoes.
One of my shoes. Walk half a mile in each and a total mile across both. Yeah. Two lefts don't make a right. That's what this one's called. No release date confirmed yet. But keep an eye out. Hopefully more details to come.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, let's see. One second. Can I do some research real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
On these shoes. Okay. I feel like I have a feeling I know when
have not looked these up on StockX. I do not know what they're going for, but
I remember seeing this. That's what it is. Yep. We're going to have to. Interesting that obviously we're getting an early league. August 13th. Is going to be the release date.
Okay.
Yep, August 13th. Big day for a big holiday, national holiday. So makes sense that A Ma Maniére would have this shoe roll out on August 13th of this year. So it just really makes sense that they would do it. And again, A Ma Maniére is there for the attention to detail.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. And obviously storytelling has been baked into this company, this brand from day one.
From the get-go,
absolutely.
From the start.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. And again, I mean, obviously you have, you know, the big quote of the shoe right there, hidden detail, but
all we have left.
Love to see the sock liner, love to see the sock liner still there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this might just be Nike QC, you know what I mean? Or maybe that's something going on. You know, we might have some color changing liners, which is really something special.
That would really heat activated possibly. Yeah.
I thought about it.
It's always a
You're
thing.
You're going to feel it.
It's not that the heat of your foot changes the sock liner. The sock liner is heat activated on your foot. Yeah. No, that's always the thing with these early leaks, these early
samples.
Looks. It's always so inconsistent. This might even be a mock-up. I tried to do my due diligence when pulling the images here, but that's a astonishing catch on your end. Yeah, that's a really good eye you've got there.
Hey, you know what? That's what we bring to.
That is the journalism we do here on this show. Exactly.
Sorry.
So, of the three shoes, no more Goldfish free promo and no more crackling ASMR, certainly. Of these three shoes, the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 RM Grandma's Garage Door, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Mount of Olives, and the A Ma Maniére Jordan 3 Two Lefts Don't Make a Right. If you could only choose one pair to get, which would it be?
It's going to be tough. It's probably going to be Travis Scott Mount of Olives.
Sure.
It's just an easy colorway.
Sure.
Let's be honest. It's just an easy colorway. I don't have any shoes from any of the, designers. So it was going to be great. Really love the brown on the Grandma's Garage Door. I need more information to know if it's going to be more of a screen print, kind of like that, like SB style, or are we going to go with some material choices to really kind of give there? I really hope kind of what you said about that, like pollen, kind of like thin layer to it. I really hope that there. Yeah. And you could maybe like a real loose, God, what's that real nice material? You know what I mean? It's kind of fuzzy. It's real loose. Can't think of it now, but that'd be really nice to have there to material shake up.
Okay.
Honestly, I really love the A Ma Manières, but I mean, just truth be told, I really don't know.
Hard to see myself wearing those,
I think 10 years ago I would do it, I just think now, yeah. So honestly, it's not an exciting answer. But it's just an easy one. I know it's just gonna fit my style.
Okay,
you know,
that's
I'm just
fair.
looking for things that I can plug into what I already have, rather than having to buy clothing for it. So,
amen. I get you there.
Yeah. Hey, what about you? What are you thinking about trying to pick up?
Probably also Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Mount of Olives. I don't currently own
Fair.
any Travis Scotts. I think this is a shoe that you could wear, any day of the week, Sunday especially. This would be a great church shoe, something you could love, but your grandma would be proud of you for having and wearing. I think it would be a good one, especially timely this time of the year going into, the Easter season. There's a little bit of like if you look deep, you could make a little connection there almost. You could kind of draw those lines. So probably that one, Nigel Sylvester. I'm going to respect his grandma's wishes of stop making shoes about the outside of the house.
Good point.
That's the last one. Let's draw a line somewhere. And then again, I'm A Ma Maniere Jordan 3. Two lefts don't make a right. I'm not. It's hard to see myself wearing those too often.
I know. Yeah.
But there you have it. All of the major Nike shock drops happening this week / between now and August 13th. Apparently, I got the dates a little mixed up there. Thank you for doing the journalism live on the spot for us.
I got you.
If you like this, leave a comment down below. Let us know which of these 3 shoes are you most excited to be picking up. And if you like this style of episode from us, maybe consider hitting a subscribe, a follow, a like, whatever you can do, your favorite flavor of engagement. You can catch us online at shoepodcast.com, across all socials at shoepodcast. And if you want to continue the conversation with us and friends and fans of the show, you can do so in our Discord, linked in the episode description down below. Short gap between this one and the next one, right? This is going to drop on Tuesday. Next one will be out on Friday. So what do you want to hold the people over with for just a couple of days? Thank you, everyone, for checking out another episode of Shoe Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
See you on Friday. Listen to the episode backwards. You can figure out what he just said right there. Have fun.